Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. So right now, Bitcoin is trading at about $62,000. It's, a few $1,000s from its all-time high. But how about this? We're going to go back in time, all the way to 2017, when Vice posted this video. It's titled, Living, Breathing, and Betting on Bitcoin, Outliers Episode 2. Back when this was filmed, Bitcoin was trading at a price of about $2,000 to $3,000. So how cool is this? We could see what this guy says about Bitcoin from all the way back then, and then we could check if what he says is going to happen actually came true. So with that said, guys, make sure to do your part to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also make sure to subscribe if you guys enjoy the content. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much, and now let's begin.
I think my parents, frankly, still struggle to understand what I do. When I started, I told my parents, like, hey, I got this job.
Now, really quick, this guy is ahead of his time. When he's rocking a mullet in 2017, I feel like now mullets are just starting to come back again. But this guy was like, this guy's years ahead of his time already.
What are your coworkers like? And I was like, well, there's only 2 of them, but they're great guys. And they're like, well, what's the office like? And I was like, well, it's an apartment. And they were like, well, at least you're getting paid, right? And I said, well, I'm getting paid in this cryptocurrency called Bitcoin.
Oh, man. Here's the thing. If this guy's even working minimum wage on Bitcoin, just take his investment, multiply that back then by 100. He's making 100, no, more than that, like 200. Gosh, 200 to 300 times. This guy is making bank.
Olaf Carlson Wee is a leader in this new industry. He famously lived off Bitcoin for years and now runs Polychain Capital, a hedge fund that deals exclusively in cryptocurrency.
Gosh, all he had to do is just not sell. That's it. If he's a hedge fund, just buy. Don't sell. If he just never sold anything, it's like, oh, we bought some more today. Oh, we bought a little bit more. Let's buy some more tomorrow. That's all he has to do, and he's one life.
Having them kind of like buy the pizza, and then I would send them 20 bucks in Bitcoin. And I actually accidentally ended up making friends, like thousands and thousands of dollars by doing this.
Olaf made his friends and himself so wealthy because the price of Bitcoin has exploded. When Olaf first got paid in Bitcoin, one was only worth around $35.
Oh man, he's getting paid $35 Bitcoin. Jeez, okay, I'm gonna make us all feel bad here, okay? Let's just say he's working minimum wage. At, let's just say it's $12 an hour. He's working 8 hours a day. He's getting paid $96 a day, divided by 35. So he's getting paid about 2.7 Bitcoin a day. Okay, at the current value, multiply that by 61. He was getting paid $164,000 a day in today's money, every single day. And that was assuming minimum wage. $160,000 a day. Gosh, I'm so curious where he is now.
But today, that same Bitcoin will cost you over $4,000.
It's funny because even back then, I remember this very vividly, and I'm like, wow, $4,000 for a Bitcoin, that's a lot of money. And it was. This was record-breaking in 2017. When Bitcoin hit $10,000, people were floored. They're like, I can't believe it. This is crazy. It's nothing. It's nothing. But now look at this. People would be losing their minds to be able to buy it at this price again.
I had never heard of that, and I thought it sounded really interesting. So I started reading more about Bitcoin and just went down the veritable rabbit hole. I was going into my senior year of college and was still just really, really obsessed with this concept. So decided to write my undergraduate thesis on Bitcoin.
Wow, this guy acknowledged a trend. He researched it. He did his due diligence. He didn't just listen to someone on YouTube. He actually researched this on his own, came to the own conclusion that this is good, and went for it.
My professors were very skeptical.
You could see her attraction to him. The more he talks about Bitcoin, the more she's like, yeah, I'm gonna see what he's up to later.
After college, Olaf went on a kind of Jack Kerouac-esque journey, road tripping around the country and working as a lumberjack before landing in Oakland. Soon, he got a job at Coinbase, then a small cryptocurrency startup, where he famously took his entire salary in Bitcoin.
Oh my, look at this. You invested $5. You could buy, oh my gosh, 0.001 Bitcoin for $5. Oh man, that's crazy. And he was working at Coinbase back then. And I remember back then this was a lot. Like back then, this was record breaking. And today it's like, oh, look at that. I wish.
I think I've always been a little bit skeptical of the kind of blind trust that people have in financial systems that exist in the United States. So to me, one thing about cryptocurrency is that although it's kind of technically complicated, it's fully transparent how it works.
Yeah, unlike the US monetary system, Jerome Powell. That's the problem right now, is that there's so much money being printed that people have somewhat lost faith in the value. They kind of know, all right, it's going to be worth less in the future, so why am I going to hold on to this? Instead, I could buy Bitcoin. There's only 21 million of these ever in existence. People are going to be hoarding onto these at some point, and there's going to be less of them in circulation. That's going to cause the value to go up. So I definitely can see the appeal in that.
Really? Bitcoin's very complicated.
It's complicated, but there is a very precise kind of mathematical definition of how it works. Just a lot of the world hasn't maybe realized it, because the reality is we're dealing with a breakthrough technology that we haven't seen the likes of since the internet itself.
Oh, look how slow it was back then. Now it's just on Coinbase. Back then it was like, who's buying Bitcoin? I mean, I know a lot of people were, but it's nowhere near what it is today.
Many think that we are in the midst of a cryptocurrency bubble, with rising prices fueled by rampant speculation.
Oh, if only they saw 2021. Jeez, they don't know what a rampant speculation is like until they saw GameStop and a lot of these other, until they saw Shiba Inu. Imagine throwing Shiba Inu in the mix back then. People would lose their minds.
What's exciting are the types of applications that today sound sort of sci-fi, but I think could actually be really viable in the future. Think about like a self-driving car. I could imagine a future where self-driving cars aren't owned by anyone. They actually own themselves.
Oh, this guy is, listen, I would just pick his mind. Just whatever he says, just take that as fact. Because, let's see, 2017, let's say a Tesla robo-taxi. Was this even a thing in 2017? Let's find out. They expected to have 1 million robo-taxis on the roads by 2020. Lol. Okay, so maybe that was around by then. But anyway, I think it's gonna happen.
A little bit out there right now, but I think this is the type of thing that we're going to start seeing emerging for real.
Now, I like this guy a lot, but how about this, okay? We're gonna take a 180. And there's this other guy that they interviewed in 2018. It's from CNBC television, and it's called Meet Bitcoin's Most Extreme Hodler. Okay? Get this. Let's watch this guy now.
I just want to set the record straight. It is not hodl. That sounds really stupid. It's hodl.
What happened to his voice there? Hodl. You must hodl. And this poor interviewer, she's like, what did they set me up with? What am I doing today? I feel like this would be the job interview that they give someone as like a hazing. Be like, you gotta interview the crypto kid. You gotta do this. You're the new one here. And she's like, darn. Okay, well let me get this out of the way.
HODL, the most important acronym in the Bitcoin vernacular. It means hold on for dear life.
Oh man. God, this interviewer, she's so uptight about this. Like, I don't like the side shot here. It's not, she's not doing herself any favors, just like not look in the camera. Just look in the camera when you say, hodl. You must hodl. Traders are traders.
And the poster child for hodling?
One paw to another.
You guessed it.
You buy on the dip and hodl.
See, this is what I feel like. I don't want to say it gives cryptocurrency like a bad name, but when you think of boomers out there, okay, they're like 60 years old in their chairs, and they're like, oh, my stocks are up today and my commodities are doing well, and then they hear cryptocurrency. Like already off the bat, they're like, that's a scam. But then when they see guys like this making more money than they are, and they're wearing like this lion thing with a hat off to the side, and they're all kind of like, hodl, hodl. They're like, who is this jokester? It doesn't do a lot of justice overall, but you know what? CNBC, on the other hand, they're like, yeah, we gotta get this guy on because it's gonna get clicks.
Do you have to use that intonation with a deep, low voice at the end?
What kind of question? Do you have to use that intonation? Do you have to wear that lion costume? Yeah.
We call traders traders.
Why doesn't he have the intonation on that? We call traders traders.
Traders.
Like the hodl. Traitors!
Crypto Kid keeps his paws off his windfall.
What is he wearing? So first of all, he's got swim trunks on, like Hawaiian swim trunks, okay? In the snow, with a hoodie on, wearing like a bear hand claw thing.
Believing the price of Bitcoin will skyrocket in the years to come and eventually replace traditional currency.
Well, you know what? He wasn't exactly wrong. I mean, you could poke fun at him all you want, but at the end of the day, he was the one that was right. And for someone who's not selling, he was very, very, very correct, and he's probably sitting on 10 times more money than he would have had back then.
Everybody thinks they're a genius because they put in $100 and it went up to $1,000. You may have just got lucky. If you can hold on to that $1,000 or make it grow for the next 10 years, then you're a genius.
Ooh. Now listen, I was making fun of him in the beginning. He's got my respect because you know what? He is right so far. You gotta listen to this guy.
In fact, Justin hodls so hard, he's even found a way to avoid rent.
I sold all of my stuff, moved into the most frugal living environment I could.
A treehouse.
Yeah.
Ah, this guy is so smart. And here's the thing, okay? Everybody comments, oh, if only I had known about Bitcoin when it was $1, I would have bought 100 of them, and then I would have been rich. But guess what? If you bought Bitcoin at $1 and you wrote it to 1,000, guaranteed 99.9999% of people would have sold. They'd see 1,000 and be like, okay, you know what, why am I gonna risk it for more?
You actually live inside there. On a day like today, snowstorm going on.
Yeah, have some Bitcoin mining rigs to show you. It keeps it heated.
Well, we gotta finish this. There's the part 2. It's now called This Bitcoin Millionaire Who Lives in a Treehouse. Just watch this.
So you live back here?
Yes, this is where you enter Wonderland.
Ah.
What is that music? Jack, we need music like that. I guarantee that would not get copyright striked, so I think we're safe to use that.
With his bleach blonde hair, board shorts, and tiger paw scarf, Justin, aka Crypto Kid, may not be Central Casting's idea of a millionaire.
See, it has a full functioning toilet and everything.
Look at this guy, he's saving so much money because honestly, he knew Bitcoin is gonna be worth 20 times more, so it's like, why waste 20 times what it could be renting an apartment when you could just live here and this is so much more fun.
This quirky college dropout with a penchant for animal print is sitting on a massive fortune built on Bitcoin.
I seek trends. I got a killer streak, man.
I bet this is his music too. I bet he does music as well. I just gotta say, like, for an image of cryptocurrency, you usually want, not this.
A treehouse.
Yeah, ow. Yes, there's lots of hard surfaces to hit your head on, so you have to be very gentle.
It looks like a neat spot though, I gotta say. Living in a treehouse like this, that just seems fun. I would love to live in a treehouse, just a little bit. Just long enough to get that out of my system.
Doesn't seem like a real easy way to live. Why do you live like this?
I'm not paying rent, you know.
Look at that, he's got like a straight up NFT in the back. Is that like a crypto kitty or something like that? Regardless, this guy is way ahead of his time. He's doing everything that now people would look back and be like, oh, I wish I could have got back in then.
So I can spend that money on Bitcoin and Ethereum and other blockchain assets that I believe eventually will change the world.
He's right though. That's why it's so cool to watch these videos back then, because I guarantee we'll be able to look back 10 years from now today and be like, oh my God, look at only Bitcoin, it was 60 grand, now it's $2 million, this is crazy. If only I had a chance to get back in when it was 60 grand and now it's $2 million. Oh, Ethereum was 4,200, now Ethereum's $70,000. Oh, it's just gonna be fun to look back at this and see, but overall, these guys, I have to say, they had a vision. They were right. Now, a lot of people also have visions like this and are wrong. So we're certainly getting a bit of a skewed perspective here. But I have to say, I love how convincing he is. I love how dedicated he is. And the first guy, too, they saw it. They went for it. They were rewarded handsomely for it. And overall, Fantastic video. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram and in the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour. New episodes being posted every single Sunday. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Let me know which free stock you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.